Wanted to open with that. You don't need to see my face. You need to see those people. That's the family of Mollie Tibbitts, now gone. Murdered. Never to take another breath of oxygen again. By a stranger, someone she didn't know. And yet nobody wants to talk about it? Is that right? Is that really where we're going with this? Is that a sincere assertion of how you feel? There are people out there in the media, astonishingly, look at that picture, look at it. Burn your eyes on that picture. Who are actually faulting me, others, other cable news outlets for talking about this story, suggesting somehow that we should, keep quiet on this? Because we should focus endlessly on a tax evasion case and a porn star and a payment made to her? Listen, I'm more than happy to talk about that. And we will talk about it on this show today. Mentioned it on my show earlier. Been talking about this Russia case for a long time. I find it kind of interesting that the same goons at these liberal outlets who attacked this show and others at one point said we weren't talking about the Russia case, and then when we were talking about the Russia case, we're complaining that we were talking about it too much. Yeah, they were the same goons, but we're going to talk about this right now. Because a lot of you out there are parents who have kids yourselves. And it's not a Republican or Democrat issue to say when you heard about the tragic death of Mollie Tibbitts allegedly at the hands of this individual in the country illegally, that the first thought that went through your head was, gosh, what if that was my kid? I know I felt the same way. And no, the first thought that came into my mind was, let's not have a conversation about illegal immigration. The first thought that came into my mind was, I have a 14-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old myself. Matter of fact, the first conversation that came to my mind and the first conversation I had was one with my wife, now sitting in the other room outside my studio, where I said, you know what, I think we have to think twice about allowing our daughter to run with headphones on. The first thought that went through my head was, let's not have a conversation about illegal immigration. But that's not how the media feels about this. The media feels like we shouldn't be talking about this at all, that we should just kind of wipe this story aside. Matter of fact, folks, they had a commentator on MSNBC who dared to finish off her commentary. Listen to this segment here. Dared to finish off her commentary. Listen to the way she talks about the Tibbitts story.
The fact that he was even sworn in as president after the Access Hollywood tape let me know for a fact that the Republican Party is actually not working on behalf of the American people. They are working on behalf of Donald Trump. And he's been able to bully them into their silence. And I don't think that today changes much, unfortunately. I'm sure we'll hear what he has to say about this at his rally. But Fox News is talking about, you know, a girl in Iowa and not this, right?
A girl in Iowa? You mean a murdered girl in Iowa? You may want to insert that modifier in there. Now, to be fair to this person, she has tweeted out that a semi-apology, that she feels like it was a flippant remark. No, it wasn't flippant. It was just pretty disgusting. Flippant? A girl in Iowa. You're going after Fox News for reporting on a tragic murder of a young woman, gone from the planet, never to see another day, never to have her own kids. All of the experiences she had and would have had are now wiped out. She will never learn the pleasures of her first job, of walking down the aisle with her father at a wedding, the birth of her first child, grandkids, all gone. But no, we shouldn't talk about that, right? We should talk about a tax evasion case, and we should talk about porn stars. Folks, there's a sickness out there in the media. There's a real, genuine sickness out there. These are not sane, rational people anymore. This is what we're dealing with in the country.